Today we are going to start with a new topic, stone masonry. What do you understand by stone masonry? Can anybody answer that? What is stone masonry? What do you see in the picture on your screen? What is it?
मैम स्टोन से बनी हुई डिजाइन्स।
Well, stone masonry is like building a structure with stones. Like instead of using bricks, you use stones. So basically, masonry, the word masonry is the technique of building structures with bricks or stones. So stone masonry is making a building or structure with stones, and another building material that we use is bricks. We also have concrete bricks, fly ash bricks. Um, so today we are going to focus on stone masonry. And like we discussed in the previous topic, any structure or any building can be of two types. One is a load bearing structure in which all the load of the slab, the floors above, and everything rests on the walls, and walls transfer the load to the foundation, and foundation transfers the load to the earth. So that's load bearing, in which the walls bear the load, and they have no columns or anything. They have very thick walls because the walls are the ones taking the weight, the stress of the structure. And a second type is frame structure. Frame structures are basically what we see today. There are columns and there are beams and a slab that rests on top of the beams. So basically, the load of all the floors and the building is transferred to the slab, which then transfers it to the beam, and then it goes to the columns and to the foundation and so on. So when you're using stones to construct a building, you're basically making a load-bearing structure in which the stones or the walls that you make out of stones is going to take the weight of the structure. So what are the materials that you need for stone masonry? You need stones and you need mortar. These are the stones and this is the mortar. And depending on availability, the stones can be selected, meaning it can be you can use whatever hard, durable, and tough stones that you have available to you close to your site, and which they have to be free from any defect. Meaning defects, what defects we can find in stones that make them unfit to be used in a construction are they are hollow, they are too porous, they have cracks in them that might lead to failure of the structure. And the most commonly used stones in India are salt, chalk, laterites, limestone, marble, quartzite, sandstone. See, um, ये आपने स्कूल में भी पढ़ा होगा. What are the different types of rocks or stones that we find? Stones कैसे बनते हैं? How do we find or how do we get stones in nature? Hmm? You remember studying about sedimentary rocks, igneous rocks, metamorphic rocks, or no? Please respond. At least let me know कि आप सुन रहे हो.
Yes, ma'am.
See, there are basically how many types of rocks जो नेचर में एग्जिस्ट करती हैं? There are three types of rocks, and as along, keep making notes as I'm explaining things, so that next time if I ask you कि पिछले क्लास में जो पढ़ाया था, तो you'll know. At least make running notes. There are three types of rocks. One is igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic rocks. Igneous rocks are the ones that you find in volcanic areas. When a volcano erupts, the lava goes out and it hardens, it or solidifies on the ground, and that forms these rocks. So igneous rocks are magmatic rocks. They are formed through the cooling and solidification of magma or lava, and by characteristics they are either glassy or coarse, meaning they can be very smooth and reflective, or they can be coarse, and they are resistant to acids, and they are very porous. And some of the examples of igneous rocks are basalt, granite, and these are both used in uh, stone masonry or construction that uses rocks. These are some of the igneous rocks that can be found. Of these, the most commonly used in India for construction are granite and basalt. Then you have all these other rocks that they're not used for construction, but of these, I'm pretty sure you must have heard of obsidian because it's used in jewelries, and pumice because it's used for exfoliation. Then you have sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are formed of sediments. Sediments are when see when minerals or organic particles are deposited on on the ground under on the riverbed or around over time over the years they again because of the pressure they solidify and this whole process is called sedimentation, and when they harden into a rock, that's called a sedimentary rock. Some of the examples are sandstone. See, these like igneous rocks have the properties that they're glassy or they can be coarse, but they're usually uh, porous. But sedimentary rocks have this quality or a characteristic, a visual characteristic that they have these layers. You can see the layers because sedimentation is a process that happens over many years, and you can see those layers when the rock solidifies. I'll show you a few images. See, these are sedimentary rocks. Conglomerate, breccia, sandstone, shale, and mudstone. And ismay, if you notice, then you have these in conglomerate. You have these um, pebble-like things that are solidified within the rock, and then in the second one you have a similar thing happening, but see in this one you have these pebbles that have solidified with the um, mud, and in this you have angular pebbles that have again solidified with it. Sandstone may you get these layers. It can be chipped off in layers. If you notice over here you can see them. Then shale is one of the most commonly found sedimentary rocks here in India. Chalk, kankar, limestone, and sandstone are the most commonly used uh, sedimentary rocks for stonemasonry. I'll show you a few ones that have these layers. See, you see these layers, these lines. These are the layers how the these sediment solidified over the years, and in this you can see sea glass. So this was probably formed under the sea or on a riverbed. So this is a characteristic. You'll find irregularities or impurities within these rocks. Then you have metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rocks are mm, formed because of the transformation of existing rock to new types of rocks, meaning metamorphism See, metamorphism means is a combination of two words, morphism, or it means turning one thing into another, the process of change, and that name is given to these rocks is because when the original rock is subjected to temperatures above 150 or 200 degrees Celsius, the increased pressure and temperature makes the physical and chemical properties of these rocks to change, and the result is a metamorphic rock. I'll show you a few metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rocks by characteristics are have a lot of nuances to them. They're beautiful rocks. They have a lot of layers. They're very colorful, and here marble is one of the most commonly known metamorphic rocks. See, see these quartzite and marble. These are some of the examples of metamorphic rocks, and you can see that these have very beautiful colors and layers and designs to them, just you know just like marble does. Any questions?
मैम सेंडिमेंट्री रॉक मैम इसका यूजेस मैम कहाँ पे है?
Sedimentary rocks के uses, we are studying stone masonry, so some of these rocks are used in construction. See, sandstone use होता है construction में, so and इसके other uses भी हैं, जैसे igneous rocks में you had pumice stone. Pumice stone is used as an exfoliant, and sedimentary में chalk होता है, कंकर होता है, limestone, sandstone. These are all used in construction.
ओके मैम।
See, like marble is a metamorphic rock which is formed when limestone is exposed to high temp. Limestone is a sedimentary rock, right? Limestone, which is a sedimentary rock, when it is exposed to very high temperatures and pressures, it turns into marble because mm, the calcium content in limestone recrystallizes, and forms a more dense rock, and that is how limestone turns into marble. जैसे we had granite, which is an igneous rock, and it is used, you know where it is used in countertops and floorings and claddings. So that's how they're used. For example, see, basalt is an igneous rock which is used in road metal, and it is used for rubble in masonry for foundation work, and it is mostly found in Maharashtra, Bihar, Gujarat, Bengal, and MP. Then you have chalk, which is a sedimentary rock, It is pure white and it can easily be made into a powder, and it is used to make putty and as a coloring material in making white Portland cement. Then granite is an igneous rock and it is used in facing work, walls, columns, the countertops, and it's also used for carving. Then limestone is a sedimentary rock and it is used in floorings, in staircases, walls, wall cladding, and then to manufacture lime in blast furnaces. We'll go into all of these in detail, one by one.
Okay, ma'am.
Let's talk about another uh, second of the two materials that are used to construct stone masonry, which is mortar. Mortar is basically what keeps the stones together in stone masonry. Mortar is required to keep the stones in position. It is prepared by mixing lime or cement with sand after adding water. So it is lime plus lime or cement plus sand. Sand is basically a coarse, sorry, it's a fine aggregate, and water. And you apply this mortar to joints. And the type of mortar, meaning you can either use lime or cement, and in you can use any kind of sand. So the type of mortar that will be used depends on the strength required and the load that it is going to endure and the resistance that is needed for weathering agencies like um, wind wind erosion or earthquakes or things like that. And the most commonly used mortars are cement lime mortar, and lime cement mortar. So it's either purely lime, sand, and water, or either it's cement, sand, and water, or there is a combination of cement and lime. And if there is more cement than lime, then it's cement lime mortar. And if there's more lime than cement, then it's lime cement mortar. Now let's talk about the rocks in detail. You, if you want, you can make a table, or we'll go one by one. We'll start with igneous, then we'll go to sedimentary, and then metamorphic. So there are in India, there's only two igneous rocks that are most commonly used for stone masonry. One is basalt and trap, and second is granite.
मैम आपने फर्स्ट क्या बताया सेकंड ग्रेनाइट और फर्स्ट
Basalt, Basalt. This is what basalt and trap looks like.
Yes.
The qualities of basalt and trap are that it is hard and tough, and it is difficult to work with, and it has high compressive strength. Means if it is put under pressure, compression means putting something under pressure, then it can withstand quite high pressures. So, and its weight can vary from 18 to 29 kilonewtons per meter cube, and it is most commonly used in road metal, for rubble masonry or foundation work. Basalt is most commonly found in Maharashtra, Bihar, Gujarat, Bengal, and MP. See, this is what basalt masonry looks like. This one here doesn't have mortar in it, but it should. But this is essentially what it looks like. It varies in colors from bluish gray to yellow. Then next we have granite. Granite is also an igneous rock. It is hard and durable, and it is available in many colors. It is highly resistant to natural forces, and it can take nice polish. See, these are some of the colors that you can find in granite. Now let's come to sedimentary rocks. What are sedimentary rocks? अभी बताया था, अभी भूल गए सेडिमेंट्री रॉक्स क्या होती हैं? Sedimentary rocks are the ones that are formed by accumulation or deposition of mineral or organic particles at the Earth's surface, and followed by cementation, meaning cementation means to undergo extreme pressure and turning into a rock. So in India we have chalk. Chalk is a type of sedimentary rock, and it is by properties it is pure white, and it is porous. Let me see, this is what chalk looks like, and it is pure white limestone, and it is soft, porous, and easy to form into a powder, which is why it is used in preparing glazier's putty and as a coloring material in manufacture of Portland cement. It is also used in flooring. See, chalk is basically same as limestone. Limestone is a little yellow in color, and chalk is pure white limestone, but they're basically the same thing. See, this is limestone and this is chalk. Now, limestone is also a
Yes, ma'am.
sedimentary rock, and it is used for floorings, for stairs, as wall cladding, and as road metal, and to manufacture lime in blast furnaces. Okay. Limestone or chalk are most commonly found in Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Punjab, Gujarat, Andaman Islands, Bengal, Bihar, Andhra Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, MP and UP. Then if we have impure limestone, meaning, see, there are three forms in which we can have or find limestone. One is pure white limestone, which is chalk. One is limestone itself, and another is conker. It is basically impure limestone. It has it can be used to manufacture hydraulic lime, and it is found in north and central India. See, these are sedimentary rocks. So if the sedimentation is absolutely pure, then it's pure white and it's chalk. And if the lime or the chalk carbonates, then it turns yellowish and it's known as limestone. But if during the sedimentation process it comes in contact of a few impurities, that makes it conker. Then we have one more sedimentary rock, which is sandstone. Sandstone is one of the most preferred rocks for construction or even cladding in North India, North and Central India, because it performs very well in high temperatures. It provides insulation in very high, very hot climates. So in Jaipur, in Delhi, you'll find a lot of construction, old construction that is made out of sandstone. It's because it is an insulating stone and it keeps the building or the inside cooler. See, this is what sandstone looks like. And its qualities are that it consists of quartz and other minerals, and it is very easy to work with, and it is available in different colors. See, I'll show you. Can you identify this building?
Ma'am, red fort.
Exactly. It is called red fort because it looks red. And why does it look red? Because it is entirely made out of sandstone. Then you have mm, this building. What is this?
Ma'am, Havaman.
Yes, again made out of sandstone. And most of the monuments in Agra, in Jaipur, in you know Fatehpur, they're all made out of sandstone. Even the parliament. And sandstone is available in beige color, pink color, and red color. In see, in Dholpur, in Karoli district in Rajasthan, you'll get beige colored. I'll show you. See, in Dholpur you get beige. Then you have in Bharatpur you get pink limestone, and in Agra you get red limestone. I'm sorry, sandstone. And because it is so readily available in north and central India, it in old monuments you'll find a lot of sandstone because now we do this that we want to import marbles and Italian marbles and this and that, but our vernacular architecture, meaning our traditional architecture, typically uses the materials, building materials that are already available near the site. Because now we have transportation options. We can transport material through air or by ships through sea routes, but then we didn't have that luxury. So what they did was they made use of whatever they had, and that was actually a very good idea because it cut costs. And usually, what you have available close to your site is what is best for the building and the occupants in the long run as well. We'll study this in the thermal comfort and other subjects, but yeah, there is a reason why people used these locally sourced materials, and it was a good thing. Okay, so sandstone is, we already know it is used in claddings, for walls, for floorings. Remember, we studied sandstone and flooring as well in first semester. And it is a cooling stone. It is cool to touch, so it's good to be used in our climate. And it is mostly found in North India and Central India. Then we have metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rocks are rocks that were used to be something else, then turned into something else. And I've already told you the definition, so I'm not going to go through that again. Um, the metamorphic rocks, there are um, laterite, marble, quartzite, and slate. These are the most commonly used metamorphic rocks in India. First, we'll go for nice. It is pronounced as G. Write this down: GNEISS, and it is pronounced as nice. G is silent. It is originally derived from an igneous rock, and after turning into a metamorphic rock, this is what it looks like. Hold on. So this is what it looks like, and the properties are that it splits into thin slabs. See, these are the layers that are formed during the transformation of this, or the metamorphosis of this rock. And because it is formed in layers, it can easily be split into thin slabs, and it is easy to work with. It is used for street paving, for rough stone masonry work, etc. And it is found in Madras, Chennai, Mysore, Bihar, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Bengal, Kerala, and Gujarat. See, it can be split into slabs like this. It can be split like this because of the layers, and it is very easy to work with. Then we have another metamorphic rock, which is laterite. It has a very rich red color, and laterite masonry looks like this. And it can be polished and used as wall cladding, as stone, masonry raw material. And because it has these very interesting, I'll show you, interesting porous texture surface, so it is most commonly used as cladding material. See, these are cladding tiles that are made out of laterite stone, and it is porous and it has a spongy texture, as you can see by these dents. And it can easily be quarried in blocks, and it contains high percentage of oxide, iron oxide, which gives it the red color. And it is used as a building stone, and for rough stone masonry works, for cladding, etc. It is found in Bihar, Orissa, Mysore, MP, Maharashtra, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, and Chennai. Then another metamorphic rock is marble. We already know marble, uh, the applications of marbles, and I've just explained how marble is formed. How is it formed? I have explained it to you. Anyone? Yeah, to start paying attention. When limestone undergoes extreme temperatures and pressures, it turns into marble. That's why it's most commonly white. See, these are the most common colors or variants in marble that you can find. It can be polished very nicely, and it is available in a lot of different colors, and it is soft and easy to work. um, and it is used in flooring, for cladding, um and staircases, and ornamental works, for sculptures, and it can easily be carved. And it is found most commonly in India, in Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, Mysore, MP, and UP. And then you have quartzite. Quartzite is a hard, brittle, and crystalline and compact stone, and which is difficult to work with because it is compact and it is hard. See, this is quartzite, but it has these very interesting veins, or you can call them textures, which makes them beautiful options for countertops, wall claddings, etc. And because uh, it is hard and compact, it is very good for usage in retaining walls, as concrete aggregate, and rubble masonry, and for facing of buildings. And it is most commonly found in Bengal, Andhra Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, Chennai, UP, Mysore, Gujarat, Punjab, and Rajasthan. And then you have slate. Slate is dark gray in color and it is dark gray to black in color and splits along its bed. It is formed in layers because it is formed from a sedimentary rock which turns into slate. So it has inherent layers in it, which makes it easy to split into slabs, and it is non-absorbent, which is why it is very commonly used in dam proofing courses. This is what slate looks like, and it is used in dam proofing courses and roofing work because it is non-absorbent, and it is found most commonly in UP, MP, Bihar, Chennai, Rajasthan, and Mysore. You have one more, morum. It is basically a decomposed form of laterite, so it is also deep dark brown in color. And let me show you what it looks like. It is uh, it is mostly used for blindage for metal roads and for garden paths or landscaping because of its rich color, but it is not really uh, as um, it is not inherently found in blocks like laterite is. This it is most usually used as sand. See, this is what morum looks like. It's used for gardens, landscaping, forming paths, and all that. So, any questions, any doubts?
मैम ये सब नोट्स मैम डिटेल पे प्रॉपरली नोट डाउन करने हैं.
You have to make a file, जैसे आप लोगों ने फ्लोरिंग की बनाई थी, जिसमें आप अपने सारे क्लास नोट्स वगैरह प्रॉपरली नोट डाउन कर लो सो दैट यू कैन स्टडी फ्रॉम इट लेटर ऑन एंड it will be a graded project work. उसमें
ओके.
you only have to mention all of the things that I just explained. What is masonry, what is stone masonry, and what are the different types of rocks and their types and their properties and availability. So far अभी यही हुआ है. Next time we will start discussing all the different parts of stone masonry, like uh, all the different parts of a wall or masonry construction or stone construction. So as far as the discussion of raw materials is concerned, वो complete हो गया है. So you can start working on it, and if you have any doubts, so you can ask that in the group. Okay.
नो मैम, नो डाउट. यस मैम.
Okay. Thank you then.
थैंक यू.